And now, to remember the legacy of those that made the ultimate sacrifice 80 years ago, America's National Churchill Museum in Fulton rung its bells.
Timothy Riley is the director at America's National Churchill Museum. He says on occasions such as this, it's important to be grateful for those who serve now, as well as the millions who answered the call to defend freedom 3 generations ago.
We do this in memory of all those who served and supported that fateful day. It was simultaneously awful and miraculous what happened at D-Day. Those soldiers not invaded, but really liberated Europe from tyranny. I think it's a good reminder on occasions like this to remember the service and the sacrifice of so many.
Riley says there isn't a better spot in the country to honor D-Day veterans than right here in Fulton, Missouri, considering the history of Westminster's campus. That's because after the conclusion of the war, which came 11 months after storming the beaches of France, the steadfast Prime Minister of Great Britain, Winston Churchill, delivered his famous Iron Curtain speech in Westminster's gymnasium.
Sure, I think there's really no better place in North America to do something like this. This church, after all, was bombed in World War II. It was originally constructed in London and was nearly destroyed entirely by the Germans in 1940. It stood in ruins after the war until Westminster College decided to rebuild it here at Fulton to commemorate Winston Churchill, who had such a really important role in planning the D-Day invasion and the liberation of Europe.
Riley adds, in the years past, they have been grateful enough to have D-Day veterans at the ceremony. Unfortunately, as we honor the legacy of those on the 80th anniversary, few remain. That's another reason Riley says this event is so important.
5 years ago, during the 75th anniversary of the D-Day invasions, we were fortunate enough to have 4 men who were on the beaches or on the support ships that day. Unfortunately, they're no longer with us. So now it's our turn to tell their stories and to remember their sacrifice and their service.
Riley adds the museum is currently undergoing renovations. The 50-year-old stone is in need of a thorough cleaning. He says the plan is to unveil the renovations this coming fall on the 150th anniversary of Winston Churchill's birth. Reporting in Fulton, Ryan Smith, KRCG 13.